What's going on, everybody? It's Noah, and in today's episode of the Rise Method, I wanted to share something that's been on my heart for the past few days, and just in my own experience and experience that people that I work with, and just in the world, in the collective today. We're so privy to feeling bogged down, overwhelmed, and being so hard on ourselves. Um, and so I want to acknowledge, right? Life can be hard. It can be hard. Okay, you have stuff you're going through right now. I don't know, I can't speak to those exactly, but you're having some challenges of sorts. And you always will in some degree. We always will. And there always is going to be an element of the unknown. There's always going to be moments of confusion and pain, sadness, frustration. That negativity will come into our lives again and again, and it's not the easiest process. And so this video is just taking a moment to, one, acknowledge that and recognize that in your life, for you to recognize that in your life, that life can be hard. And you can accept that. You can be okay with that. Because when you become okay with that, and when you become okay with yourself, that frees up your energy, okay, to stop dwelling so much on how things might be difficult right now. To give yourself some compassion, okay, to be okay. This is your first time at life, trying to do everything right. You're trying to be perfect, right? You're trying to do all the things you know, and you're always showing up in the best way that you know how, with the resources available to you. So give yourself that. This is the pinnacle element of the phrase I love to use: what you resist persists, but what you embrace, you erase. So if you can embrace this trial, any of your trials, if you can embrace those moments, how they may be teaching you, okay, and just to accept them as the natural ebb and flow of our lives. Okay, there's a season for everything under the heavens, as it says in the Bible. There's a season for everything under the heavens. Okay, a time to be joyous and a time to mourn. A time to be born and a time to die. So you could be going through, right, a storm in your life. And that's okay. Acknowledge those feelings associated with that. You might be angry. You might be overwhelmed. I know I get there sometimes. You might be in a tendency to be hard on yourself again and again and again. I know that one very well. But let this be just a moment to accept yourself, okay? To let go of the need to resist trying to stuff off those feelings, okay? Because you're trying to manifest, you're trying to be perfect, and you're trying to live in this high vibration, right? You're trying to raise your vibration, but I want to provide this, and I felt compelled to provide this because it is when you actually surrender to those feelings, and you let go of the need to control them and accept the totality of yourself in your light and your dark. When you can accept those feelings and let them be, that in effect allows them to wash over you, to work in you and then move out of you. Okay, that's the pinnacle element of surrender, the book written by David Hawkins. That's how we can let go, in essence. And when I say let go, this is typically what I'm referring to. And it begins with that self-compassion. It begins with being okay with your sadness. Okay, because being okay with it and accepting it isn't the same as dwelling on it, right? It's not the same thing as trying to overcome it. Okay, it's very paradoxical to our Western mind, because the Western mind is very yang based. It's very masculine focused, and it's always looking to overcome itself and to beat down the resistance. Whereas I see a shift, and we can all feel this, right? This balancing and this reconciling of that yang with the yin, with the overcoming through surrender. That's been very strong in my life. It's been a very prevalent theme in my life right now, this surrender. Being able to surrender to the moment that you're currently in, to realize, okay, the truth of your situation, right? Maybe you're struggling financially, maybe your relationships aren't where they'd like to be, maybe there's parts of yourself that you know are there that you just have been ignoring or avoiding, certain conversations that you might need to have with someone, certain action you might not be taking in your business. There's a certain health habit that you're looking to integrate. Maybe you're trying to eat healthier, and that's what you should do. Or not that you should. I don't want to should on you, but that's what you feel compelled to do in alignment with your higher self, right? But you're avoiding that. And so this is just a moment to accept that and realize that, the truth of where you're at. Because when you meet yourself where you're at, that's the first step to actually change. That's the first step to create the reality that you truly desire. So just be with that, okay? And give yourself the space, right? After this video, pause, take 5 minutes and just breathe into your body and feel, okay, whatever might be challenging you in your life at this moment, and to just breathe into it, to lean into it as opposed to trying to run away from it, and accept its presence, okay? Because in the simple acceptance, and it's like animals, it's being able to tune into our natural, innate animal instinct, or the instinct that we had when we were children. Okay, when we were sad, we let ourselves be sad. When we were angry, we expressed it. When we were joyous, we expressed it. Okay, because we didn't have this conditioning, right, that wasn't okay. We didn't have this conditioning to keep it all together, to be strong, that prevented us from expressing it. And in that expression, right, allows it to move through us. Okay. There can be a time and a place, sure, to notice and observe the emotions and to still hold true to your vision, to be steadfast and to be still with those. Okay, and this is going to help you be still. But lean into the emotion. Accept it. Embrace it. Because what you embrace, you erase. What you surrender to, you overcome. And the purpose of this video, the sole purpose of this video, is just that. Okay, and so to recognize where you're at in your life currently, and to meet yourself where you're at currently. There are parts of yourself that may be coming up again and again, circumstances, conditions that may be coming up again and again in your life, and you're so tired and frustrated with those patterns coming up again and again. And they're coming up again and again because they're looking to teach you something. There's a lesson there. There's a part of yourself you've yet to learn, to bring home. Part of yourself that you haven't reconciled, that you haven't been okay with, that you haven't accepted. Okay. And we all have this experience to some degree, so acknowledge that in yourself first, because it's when we don't acknowledge it in ourselves, it's when we don't come to terms with that part of ourself, that we keep walking through life with this dissonance, with this fatigue that comes from resisting ourselves time and time again, this overwhelm, this inability to be present with others and to, express ourselves authentically. Authenticity is one of the highest vibrations, right? And it's premised on the truth, living in the truth of your experience, okay? Your struggles as well as your dreams, as well as what you're striving for, who you're becoming, right? As well as who you've been. Accepting where you've been and being okay with those parts of yourself because you know who you truly are, and you're stepping more into that now. You're beginning to harness the power of your imagination to step more fully and to embody that now, to live as that version of yourself now. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. I hope this video brought you some sense of peace. Leave any comments or questions below. Any ideas for future videos you may like to see. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have you on this journey. Love you. And until next time, let's rise.